Welcome to Leaders in Action Looking Ahead. I'm Robin Trimingham of the Olderhood Group, and my guests today are Olderhood CEO Bill Storie and David Levien, who is the President, CEO, and Chairman of the American College of Healthcare Trustees, which we also call ACHT. Today, we're chatting about Olderhood's new partnership with ACHT and why physicians need to be leaders. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Robin.
Well, it's great to chat with you today, Dave. We're very, very excited to share with everybody all of the videos that we're going to be working on during the coming year together.
Well, I'm so excited about the relationship myself. The first and foremost, I really enjoy interacting with you and with you, Robin, and with you, Bill. It's so important. Secondly, I admire what you've done for society and trying to help people have a full and complete life. So our organizations are on the same path, and I think we have a similar mission and vision.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Dave, I've got a question for you directly. I know you know a great deal about the art and science of medicine. Why is it so important for the public to better understand the advances and breakthroughs that ACHT members are bringing online?
When you look at what's important in people's lives, there are a few important things. There are their relationships, their finance, and their health. And the American College of Healthcare Trustees, just like the Olderhood Group, addresses those three things. And many of those decisions, by default, are made by central planners, but they really don't know what the individual wants. So the more the individual gets involved in the discourse in the public square, the better off, the better decisions are made. And that's what the American College of Healthcare Trustees was founded to do, to break down silos. So we have members, and we use the term members and fellows synonymously, but we have members and fellows who are board members of hospitals or executives. We have members who are physicians and nurses, who are entrepreneurs, businessmen, healthcare attorneys, pharmacists. And in general, we have lay people, educated lay people who want to get involved and make their communities better.
I really agree with you that it's terribly important for individuals to participate in their own healthcare decisions and not just, if you will, leave everything to the doctor because the doctor knows best. You know, if you don't ask about your treatment plan or you don't ask about new procedures that are available, how do you know what your options really are? Bill, I think that this is a fantastic synergy that we have with ACHT, and there's a tremendous opportunity for us to share all of these wonderful things with our global audience.
Well, absolutely, Robin, and you know, Dave, it's a pleasure to work with you and your team because, you know, over the past several years, when we've done webinars or workshops or videos, as we now do a lot of, we always like to work with experts. And while certainly we are not healthcare experts, we do have a feeling that our audience would like to know more about medicine, would like to know more about healthcare, would like to know more about the developments in the medical field. And I think what we have done, and I think successfully, I think is that we have brought together experts to be interviewed, but also experts who, when we go through our style, if I can put it like that we basically get the best out of the experts because we ask questions. We sometimes chip in with a comment or two, but it's a very low-key, very casual, but nonetheless very, very focused medium that we use through the video. And certainly the feedback and the exposure across, you know, we got about 100,000 people worldwide in about 100 countries. The feedback that we get is actually, you know, first class. So we're truly delighted to be in partnership with a prestigious organization such as ACHT.
Well, thanks, Bill. You made an important point about patient autonomy. And one facet of our curriculum deals with medical ethics or bioethics, and autonomy is one of the major pillars. Bioethics consists of beneficence and non-malevolence. In other words, you need to put the patient's interest first, and then autonomy, which means that the patient has a right to choose. And then justice, distributive justice. How do you make sure that everybody is treated equally and gets the health care they want? But the concept of autonomy works best when people are educated and play an important role in the decisions that affect their lives. And the more they know, the better decisions they make. Healthcare really is a service as opposed to a product. And services are really co-produced by the customer. Just like if you don't give your accountant or your attorney important information, they can't do the best job for you. If you don't give your doctor the best information, they can't do the best job for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've become much less paternalistic over the years. I think it's very helpful to look at how doctors are portrayed on television over time, because that really reflects society's attitudes. Look at people who are older might remember Marcus Welby,
Yes.
who was very, very fatherly and really a very gentle, kind person. But certainly to a certain extent, he was paternalistic. Nowadays, patients come to your office having read a lot of information on Medscape and Google. Sometimes it's accurate information, sometimes it's not. But the last thing one should do is be resentful. I think it's important to appreciate what patients do when they try to come to your office well prepared, and to take their information into consideration. And sometimes they know about things you haven't read about yet. And the way to respond to that, I tell our students in residence, have told our students in residence, is to say, I haven't read about that yet. Give me a chance to read about it, and I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, here in Bermuda, we refer to that as Dr. Google. There's an awful lot of consultations with Dr. Google. But this brings up a good point. Why is it, in your opinion, so important for doctors to take a leadership role, not just with their own colleagues, but in helping people understand and have an awareness of all of the disruptive technology that's coming into the healthcare field?
Well, on a micro level, it can be very important to be a leader, because in a crisis, you need to intervene and you need to bring to bear the talents of the team for the benefit of your patient. So that is a very important imperative for doctors to be leaders. Actually, young doctors or people graduating from medical school have applied to our residency program have frequently asked me, what am I looking for in a candidate for our program? And I tell them it's not what I'm looking for in a candidate, it's what I want when they're finished. And when they're finished, I want people to say, well, thank God Dr. Smith is here. Now I know that everything's going to be all right. And so from that aspect, I think it's important that physicians be leaders. But I also think it's important that they be leaders in their community, that they go to the local PTA and the town council.
Tell us how members of ACHT will benefit by participating in this series of upcoming videos.
Well, I think they benefit because whenever you teach, you learn yourself. And I think that for you to explain something, you have to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why teaching hospitals, for instance, have an advantage in terms of being very up to date in the latest innovations. Again, because you have to learn to explain things to your students and residents. And also, you need to be on your toes, or your students and residents will know more than you do. The rate at which new technology is coming to fore is exponential. And of course, singularity refers to the time when robots will be smarter than the humans.
Oh, I think in some respects we might already be there. I think that one of the things that we're really looking forward to with this series is the opportunity to work with healthcare professionals, to work with the scientists, to work with the doctors, and to help them deliver their message in what I'm going to call common man speak, very simplistic terms, break these highly advanced, complex things down into language that just about anybody can understand, so that we can all learn and move forward together.
Absolutely. Well, again, one of the things we promote is meta leadership, or breaking down silos, and that's why we have such an eclectic membership.
Dave, thank you so much for your time. We're just about out of time today. You've been watching Leaders in Action Looking Ahead. If you have a comment or a question about the series, you can email us at Bill, that's BILL at olderhood.com. And we look forward to chatting with you again soon. Take care, everyone.
Thank you all.